So starting off, I want to do a little preface that when I was watching you, what I really noticed was that you tried to create pressure from the amount of actions you do rather than what your opponent's doing and how they're interacting with what you're doing. Because you would throw out a lot of jabs and a lot of forward air that really wouldn't have any purpose other than, oh, he might approach, rather than, I know he's going to approach. Every move needs to have some type of meaning to what it's doing, or kind of you need to understand what their options are a little bit better and understand what your options that can counter what they are doing. So just a bit more on stage control. There was a lot of times where I didn't really feel that Mario felt pressured at ledge at all. He has really good air speed and he can air dodge and stuff, but you never really covered options. You would commit to an option and hope for the best. I noticed that there also was a lot of times where you would autopilot your follow-ups and not really think what you could have done out of like what he had been showing you, or rolling away a bit too much when he would be pressuring you, like jabbing you, because you were afraid of his options, or like you were at a death percent and you did something unsafe, so you rolled away. Rolling away is a strong option in Smash Bros, but it's not the only option. You had plenty of other options, and even though Yoshi doesn't have the very best options, you can still work around it and not just do it. I noticed also that you were side being way too much in neutral. Side B is not really a good move and should only be used as a rare mix-up because any hitbox can kind of beat it. If they have any type of good hitbox, you're gonna lose a trade, and sometimes like you're gonna get punished way harder than any percent that the commitment to the side B is. There's some unsafe dash grabs, which kind of goes to my later point where you're overcommitting. That like your opponent wasn't showing that he was going to hold shield or that he was going to throw an aerial or whatever it may be. And you would just kind of do the dash grab without thinking how much of a commitment that a grab from Yoshi is. You can get seriously punished for it if you just throw it out without complete reasoning. Every action needs to have a why to what you are doing. But with that all through, I'm going to get right into the video. Alright, let's pull this up real fast. Alright. So starting right off, you're going to do this up B that's supposed to be B reversed. But even if you did the B reverse, you'd still like land after the up B, which is kind of laggy, like right here. You're letting Mario have all this stage control and limiting your options. It's not really the best idea to start off with a B reverse Edway, unless you are hard predicting them for some reason to double jump, like right where you started at the game. But you got out of the pressure luckily. But Mario, ooh, could have punished that air dodge. Right. I'd like to see you double jump out of that rather than try and back air. So that up smash. I understand what you're predicting, that Mario would go for this back air, but the problem with that is you're stealing your kill move early. In the early game, it's not as big of a deal, but you're still stealing a move that you could potentially kill with if you did a read, whatever. So it's a disjointed, and I get why you try to turn around up smash even though you messed up the input. But I feel like since you knew he was going to back air, you had a much better way you could punish it. You could back air him instead after he threw out the hitbox. You could have turned around, waited, caught his landing with a grab, an edgeway. You had a lot better options than just going for the damage of a smash deck, because you should be focusing more on stage control at this point in neutral, because you're both not going to kill each other from a raw like smash attack. So that grab, he really hasn't shown yet, like, that he is afraid of your pressure. So although he overshielded, he wasn't going to sit and shield because he had no reason to. So you've rolled away 4 times from him. That's good, he didn't roll away this time though after your unsafe move. Really like the armor and the up air. That was really fast, but you shielded here for no real reason. Because Mario had very little options. See how far away he got sent? He was forced to pick an option. And even though he got the up smash punish as he air dodged into the ground because he was afraid, Mario is not going to follow for it again. He's just gonna jump away for free. That's Mario's job to follow up. You tend to land on him a lot when you're going to recover. Nice forward air. That was really good. And that was actually really good. So, side B. Good grab. I like that you went for this. But if you'd C-stick your forward air rather than hitting the A button and like trying to forward air, you would have landed on stage and not given up stage control and had the situation essentially reverse on you. Because you lost all power like you had with that forward air after you did that. Roll battery. Alright, back air. So you read his jump, got your forward air. If you had done the C-stick, you might have spiked him actually too, which would have been really, really good. But now you've lost all the stage control. Mario gets to land for free. You panicked up air, trying to cover like him punishing you, I think. I'm actually not sure why you threw out the up air, but I'm sure you had a reason. So Mario now gets a free punish off of it. You tend to land with a lot of buttons. Glad you up B. I like that grab actually. Rolling away from pressure density. I don't really let you miss auto cancel on that back air, which is gonna get you punished at low percent, which isn't a huge deal. I like the jump away. Again, 2 idlers that could easily be punished. Just something that's rather unsafe. So I didn't really get this up smash. Doesn't really make sense. He hasn't shown you any data that he was going to stay on that platform. And by the time you got there, you should have reacted to what he was doing rather than autopiloting this up smash, because Mario was already all the way over here when you started to up smash. There was nothing that could have came out of that, and probably should have just calmed down, calmed down, took a deep breath, and thought, what is my opponent doing, rather than, oh, I'm going to go over here because he's just gonna, like, you're assuming that he's going to be there rather than thinking, well, what is he doing? So Edway, because you wanted to close space, didn't get really punished for it, but you could have been punished really hard. Good nair. I like that nair. And the Edway. Like, right now you're actually covering him really well. A little overextension on the forward air. I would have liked you to fade away. Or fade in towards the stage with the forward air. It's right there. Like, it was good option coverage, but you forward aired and continued your momentum forward, so you lost all your stage control, even though you got it back. A good player sometimes is going to take those little options. Again. So you shielded here after you hit him with the snare. Mario really didn't have that great of options after he hit by the snare. All that he really could have done is upbeat immediately, expecting you to jump at him, which you could have baited out with a short, like an empty hop, rather than grabbing his shield, which then Mario knows, okay, it's Yoshi in his shield. He can't jump out of his shield like fast, so I can basically make this free. And then you kind of panic up smash here, trying to catch him going high. The grab was not that great. You're kind of overcommitting again. Forward smash, you're overcommitting. He's starting to recognize you're afraid. He grabbed you without your double jump, but he drowned through, so you actually did get your double jump, you just didn't. You should have realized. Still. Good stuff, but just need to work a little on the little things and maintaining stage control and thinking more of what your opponent is doing rather than your options that you can do. But thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps.